Now we're welcoming to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the fabulously talented, incredibly gorgeous, and beautiful actress, producer, writer, and director, Dawna Lee Heising. Hello and welcome again to the show.
Okay. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You look fabulous. Move your computer monitor a little bit so the top of your head's not cut off, even though now we get to see your beautiful chest. There you go. Yay! Your necklace is gorgeous. You look so fabulous.
Only a fairy looking at you would say your necklace is gorgeous. A straight man just said, you got some set of jugs, baby. But my husband's a big fruit, and he's like, your necklace is divine, darling.
So you guys, Dawna is on Twitter. You can follow her at Dawna Lee Heising. It's DAWNALEEHEISING. And she is all over the place.
Well, how about introducing me to her?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. We have to do that again, too. So what's up, everybody? First, let me introduce you to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hi, darling. You're gorgeous. You're glamorous. And I'm fainting that you won Miss World, Miss who? Give me all the misses.
Miss World,
no,
Miss Universe.
Give me all your misses. From the very beginning.
Many of them.
No,
I started out as Miss Queen. I was Miss, then I was Miss Orange County, Harrison. I was Mrs. California, United States. I was in a lot of contests. I mean, it was fun for me. It was great. But I was also Chinatown.
Well, Miss World, the ultimate beauty pageant, get any better than that? Yeah.
Oh, 24th.
Like my daughter Leslie was a 36, 24, I think, and something like that. Yeah, wow, that go through in pageants, my darling. It's work and nerve-wracking. And at the end, when they bring you, and you know, oh, my daughter not only won the pageant, but she won the what is it called, photogenic, for the best. You know, that she won 2 in 1 pageants. She hated it. She hated the pageants because the girls were all bitches. They were all, you know, they were pretending to be sweet and nice to be Miss Popularity. And Leslie said, meanwhile, they'd slit your throat if they could. You know, all young kids, stupid, vain. They all wanted to be beautiful and think that this is going to be their answer, you know, in the world. My daughter today is a tabletop designer. So there you go. She designs your tabletop. Tells you what china to use, how to decorate a table. But she's very big. I mean, she's famous in it. But she never pursued her life as a beauty queen. She did model. She did model. She looked like Michelle Pfeiffer and Grace Kelly, my kid. A green-eyed blonde. No, she's a beauty. Still a beauty.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer is gorgeous.
Yeah, and my daughter was taken for Michelle a lot, but mostly Grace Kelly. If you remember who Grace Kelly is, you know the.
Yeah.
Cool blonde, you know, green eyes, beautiful. Like you, another knockout like you. Now tell me something. Does it annoy you when you walk down the street and everybody's looking and the wolf calls and the guys get right away stupid and sexy and treat you like a Barbie doll? Because that's what you're like. You're so beautiful. You're proud. It looks like nobody even wants to touch you.
Oh, thank you. No, you know, I mean that. Especially as you get older, I mean, it's like you always welcome that. It's validation, but it's not something, you know, that's not something that I want to be known for, especially for the family I'm from.
When you walk down Santa Monica Boulevard, don't tell me the truckers don't go nuts, the cabbies and everybody. They got to be whistling out the window. Or don't the men do that anymore?
I don't know.
Years ago, that's what they did. In my day, if you walk down Fifth Avenue, forget it.
Well,
forget there would have been a parade behind you.
I want to go right into your career a little bit because first of all, you have 20 never. I mean, we have a lot of really great actors, actresses, directors, producers, musical artists on the show, and I look at everybody's IMDb, but besides the fact that you have a listing under every possible category of you working on all these different films. You have 29 upcoming projects. Like that is unbelievable to have 29 upcoming projects on IMDb, which is super fabulous. You're basically you kind of work a lot in horror and action, right? Because you're kind of like an action star, and you're also in a lot of horror movies.
Well, actually, I started out in horror when I came back. I came from the business world. Well, I started out actually in the film world. I was in Blade Runner and a lot of things that you would have heard of when I first started out because there were only the 3 networks.
Right.
And then I went back to school and I got my MBA from Pepperdine and I went into the business world. So I really only returned to the film business about 6 years ago. And so I've done a lot of indie projects in that time. And in the last 2 years, I started studying at South Coast Repertory. I used to be in a theater company. When I first started out, I was with Sal Romeo's Friends and Artists Group. Um, but I've started taking it really seriously, so I'm studying acting at South Coast Repertory, and I want to do really good projects.
Are you willing to make a movie without makeup and a brown wig, playing a distraught housewife with a drunken husband?
Yes, actually, those are the type of things I want to do now.
You don't want to be the sexy blonde goddess.
Well, I mean that it's fun to play that. I kind of can do that in my sleep because I've done it so many times.
No
But
effort
So
there.
it's not acting.
I really want to be a good actress. I
like
mean, to
like a
voice
Betty
act
Davis.
people, yeah, or to just make people feel, or make myself feel.
Right, right,
I mean,
right.
I
But it's
just
going to
kind
be a little hard because you're so beautiful. And
of.
beautiful women find it difficult to play ugly women parts. And the ugly, bitchy women parts are the parts that people love. I'm sure that half of the people that see you on film are jealous. The women, the husbands are fainting in the seat, and the wives are beating the husbands up because the husband's wishing that his ugly wife looked like you. So that's a well,
I
it's a
actually
problem. It's really a problem being beautiful like you. It's not easy. If you were an ugly actress, you'd get more work.
she got she got 100 and something projects in 6 years.
No, she'd have 206. No,
I noticed on
seriously.
your bio too, or I don't know if it was on your bio or I read that with all the different great acting teachers and classes that you also took a class with Richard Hatch.
Yes, I took a bunch of classes actually at Irvine Valley College when I was a marketing director, and I would start marketing and PR departments for different technology companies. But I went
Looking
back,
like you, looking like you. That's the job you had.
I
I wish I was in the office for
said
10
he
minutes.
actually, I worked for ERP companies, which are enterprise resource planning companies. So I worked for a number of those, and I started their marketing departments. So I mean, actually, I shouldn't have had all this trouble with the computer that you were helping me with, Jimmy, because I should have been able to fix it myself. That was a while back.
No,
So it go.
We had Richard Hatch on the show,
Yeah,
and
he's
he talked, and
very
he was like
nice.
giving like acting lessons
Yeah,
practically like on the show for people
it was
when we
great.
had him on, and he just died like 2 weeks ago, which is terrible.
I know.
I know he was still young. Actually, there was a wonderful teacher at Irvine Valley College named Robert Conrad, not the other Robert Conrad,
Yes.
but Robert Michael Conrad, and he brought in Tim Russ and Richard Hatch. And so I was lucky enough to do a number of films with Tim Russ, who's since won an Emmy, and then I took a bunch of classes with Richard Hatch.
I love
So
that.
that
We
was
liked him a lot, and so did the audiences. I mean, we got so many hits on him and his show because he was really. He and I together were going at it about acting, because I'm an actor as well. So I would ask him questions that people don't really ask. Intimate business questions about things that we do in the business, and everybody found that so fascinating that they loved the show.
So you also did a movie because like I like to bring in other guests that have been on. And 2 weeks ago we had on Lorraine Landon, and you were also in Samurai Cop 2: Deadly Vengeance, and
yes.
I have to see that now because I think you're the third person that we've had on the show who's actually had a role in that film, and so we need to actually see it because I have not seen it. Did you like it, and was it fun?
It was so much fun. I actually had a really small part in it, but I was lucky enough to have the part with Tommy Wiseau, who is
Hmm.
infamous for The Room. In fact, James Franco is playing him in a movie now. So I was really lucky because it's gotten, even though my part was so small, it's gotten a lot of attention because of Tommy. So I feel like it's taken me to another level, and that's where I met Joe. Joe was the
Oh,
assistant
okay.
producer. That's probably why you've had us on because Joe is our
Yes,
manager.
Joe. We want to give a shout out to what's up, Joe
Yes,
Williamson. We've
thank
gotten a
you.
lot of great guests from him. So hello, hello. Also, you did a movie, and I think it hasn't been. Has Forgiven been released yet?
No, it hasn't. We haven't even started that yet. See, that's one thing. If you look at my IMDb, a few of the projects are still trying to raise the money.
Right.
So there, it's like the dates keep getting pushed back. Like there is one movie that I'm still really hopeful about. It was called Etheria, or it is called Etheria, and that would have been like a series of 5 films with A-listers, and Danica Fontaine wrote the books. It was a young adult series.
I looked at it. I think when you go to I went to a website. I don't know what website it was, and there was a link that you could click and read all about that.
Yeah, I did the publicity for it. Danica and I have known each other now for 4 years, and um, there are so many great people attached. The Armstrong brothers, who did the action direction in the Spider-Man movies, and um, major films. They were attached as directors. Silk Cozart was attached to star in it. I think she was trying to get The Rock for the lead. I mean, it was so exciting, and I did the publicity for it for a year, and
Just didn't quite get there.
yeah, Robin Owen was the casting director, and she was the casting director for Selma, and she's so nice. I met so many nice people through it, but I think when you have to raise that much money, you run into a lot of trouble. But
Yes.
her book is
We know
fantastic.
that well. We know that.
Yeah, we know that well with
We-
films that
we've
we're
been
trying
in
to
film.
do.
I want to ask you a personal question. Is your husband a jealous man?
No, my husband, I couldn't be in this business without my husband, because at the level I'm at, you can't really make a living out of this. And my husband, um,
What does he
actually,
do? What does he do?
well, he was the vice president of new products for ConAgra, which is the largest food company in the nation. He introduced the Healthy Choice food line, but
Oh,
then he
cool.
completely switched careers, and he went and got his CFP. So now he's a financial planner, a
So
financial
if you
advisor.
if you were at a function, dancing function with his music, and a stranger came over and asked you to dance, and you said yes, what would your husband do?
Oh, my husband's not jealous at all, because he
Of
knows.
you? He's not jealous of you?
No, that's because he's
No, no,
older.
he's
If
so.
if you were mine, I'd throw a net over you and a chastity belt on you and everything I could find to keep people away. I mean, it's got to be frustrating to have you for a wife. It has. Maybe he doesn't admit it; he keeps it to himself. But there's no way a man's going to not be jealous, because I know every man, when they meet you, they get stupid and they giggle. You know how men get, and they all have an eye for you because you're just gorgeous. My God, you're so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
No, don't
That's
thank me.
nice.
You
She's
know it. She knows. It's the truth. Don't thank me. I'm
You
not
do a
lying.
lot of really fun things, though. Besides all the different movies, you do what we do because you host a show called Ion Entertainment, right?
I do. I've done that for about 10 years. And I did it. I started it when I was still in the business world, because I missed the film business so much. So I would work 12-hour days in technology, and then I would go and interview people. And that's actually how I know so many horror people, because the person that I did interviews 10 years ago was Matt Chasen, and he handled a lot of the horror stars like Bill Oberst Jr. And um,
Yes.
so.
I saw because I went through your guest list to see if like we had people on our show that you've had on your show, and one of the people that you did a movie with that I always wanted to meet was Ted Michaels.
Oh, yeah, and Ted actually just passed away last October.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody's going. It's scary.
It was sad, but he was a great he was for me like a cult like horror movie person where his films they weren't like commercially huge films, but they were all really fun films and really good films to watch. And I watch all the horror films, whether they're high budget ones or whether they're indie. We were just actually at an indie horror film festival a couple of weeks ago in New York.
Had a great
Um,
time.
oh,
where
what's
they had
that?
all the different indie people. It was the
Yeah.
Macabre Fair Film
Macabre film.
Festival.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Which
And
we're trying, I think, to bring to Palm Springs in 2018.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do it
Yeah,
in Palm
we're going to try
Springs.
to help them to bring it to Palm Springs, because LA has so many horror actors. I mean, my God, they're all out there. and we could
Yeah,
bring in
Palm
a whole
Springs huge.
yeah, we could bring in a whole new bloodline of horror actors because in New York they're the same actors that go to the same things. So we want to bring in the LA groups.
So tell me,
We're gonna bring you in.
what is your face? We're gonna see her anyway. We're gonna be going to when we're in California. We're gonna hang out.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he,
I live in Huntington Beach.
Yeah, which is
oh, I love
fabulous.
Huntington Beach.
So
You'll
what
Yeah,
love
is
you.
I'll
Wait,
entertain you when you come out.
do you have children?
I have 2 daughters.
How old? Oh, don't do that. I don't want to do that. Because when people ask me
Actually,
how, no, when they ask me how old my daughters are, I say much older than I.
oh, you have 2 daughters too?
Yeah, but my daughters are old ladies now.
Well, actually, I'm really proud of my daughters. They're not into the film business at all. They're in science. My oldest
Wow.
daughter is a pharmaceutical rep for Sanofi Aventis, and she's one of the top reps. She's won awards. She won a trip to France, and my
good for her?
youngest daughter is a child psychiatrist at UCLA, and she was a Fulbright scholar.
I told you
So
everybody is.
if
I
anybody,
told you everybody was a genius in her
wait,
family.
if anybody ever calls you a dumb blonde, you can tell them that Ron Russell said they can go F themselves.
Okay, I'll tell them that.
Because
So-
you are no dumb blonde, and those genes, my dear, went to your kids.
Fabulous.
Well, actually,
So-
they're from my dad. My dad was a real genius. He worked on the Polaris missile. He had 11 computer patents. He was
Oh,
a
so
computer engineer.
You're full of DNA, full of DNA. All
So
that
hold on though,
wonderful
because
stuff.
we've only got 5 minutes,
And
I
we're
want to.
watching you on a monitor.
They're showing clips of you from different films on the
I've
monitor,
got
and you
to
look
say,
fabulous.
yeah, I've got to say,
Oh.
there's one shot of you with the makeup down and the hair all wild and sloppy, and you look like an actress. Right now, you look like a glamour dame, a glamour girl from the 1940s, and that's a great compliment because there were no women more beautiful than the 1940s movie stars.
So tell us though, we're very complimentary. You are fabulous. What is the projects that we want to tell people, because we've only got a couple of minutes and we want to make sure if there's anything particular we want to bring up for you.
Wait, and you're nice. You're not a bitch. Or conceited or
I am
stuck
nice
up.
because I'm a mother and because I've been in other industries. I'm not narcissistic at all. I mean, if you're a mother, you can't be narcissistic. As a father, you know that you can't be narcissistic.
No,
But
not at all.
if you're not responsible for other people and you're in this business where you always have to put yourself on display, it's easy to become narcissistic.
Yes.
Or very neurotic because you fear that you don't look that good, so you worry about it. You worry more about it than yourself.
Yeah, I guess that, luckily I've always been married, so I've never had that to worry about. But I am looking forward to being in Samurai Cop 3, which is supposed to have even more stars in it. And I would like to thank Gregory Hatanaka for putting me into Samurai Cop 2. And he did that because he knows my uncle, Tap Fujimoto. I guess he used to hang out with my cousin when he was younger. And my uncle Tack was the DP on Silence of the Lambs in Philadelphia and Sixth Sense. And anyway, he's a legendary cinematographer. And then I'm hoping that they'll finish 10 Violent Women Part 2, which is Ted's film. It's almost finished, and Drew Marvick and Johnny Cornette are planning to finish it this year. And I play one of the 10 violent women named Joanna. So I want that's going to be done this year.
That's good.
I'm working on a series called Scorpion Girl, and I have big hopes for that one. And they're trying to make me into a business person where I wear suits. I mean, I start out as a pole dancer. I am a pole dancer, but they want me to be more conservative, and I'm taking martial arts. I have taken martial arts, so I think I'm going to be more of an action person there. And then I was in Thomas Churchill's Cold Plastic TV, and that's a horror series. And Thomas Churchill is with Joe Williamson too, so I'd like to thank him for putting me in the intro to that. And then I'm really excited about a film called Canaan Land. It's by Richard Rossi, who is an who was an evangelist, but is still a pastor. And it's a religious film, and it's about a fake evangelist. But I really wanted to get into religious films. I'm taking classes with a pastor named Michael Sewell. So that's a genre I really do want to do.
There you go.
Yeah, but you could never play Christ's mother.
I
Never
think
happened.
I could.
Never. Not, if they strap you down maybe and put a baggy dress on you and take all makeup off and put ugly makeup on and put that hood over your head like a burqa. Yeah, in a burqa you could look like her mother, his mother.
So we want to make sure everybody follows you, because if you do your own Twitter, right? It actually is you on Twitter.
Yes,
So
yes, and I'm
everybody,
still learning about it.
oh, that's okay. So, but you're on there. So
Darling, with your brain, it'll take you 2 seconds.
you guys, you
Trust
can do
me.
Dawna Lee Heising. Follow her on Twitter. Check out, if you go to her IMDb, she's got tons and tons and tons of movies that are out. If you're a horror movie fan, there's a whole bunch of them in there. She's also got a lot of stuff that she's done with Aki Leong, who we're gonna get back on the show. And he's super well known.
Yeah,
Has
and
great
he
credits.
does. And he has the same problem with Skype that I did. So thank you for helping me with it.
Yeah, but he didn't get it. He's older. He's much older, way older than you are. How old is he? About 80 something?
83.
80, at 83, it's a little difficult to learn the computer. At 83, you forget where you put your
He
teeth,
is very, very sharp. I'm actually the vice president of his Mustard Seed Media company, and he works a lot with China. So he definitely wants to come back on your show.
Yeah, we're gonna work it out.
Absolutely.
So here's what
we
we
were
got.
so disappointed.
Here's
So
what we
were
got to do, though,
our
because we only
viewers.
have like 30 seconds left. So everybody, follow Dawna Lee Heising on Twitter. Check out all her films. Go on IMDb. Check it all out. Also check her interview show, Ion Entertainment. She's got some great stuff. She's got great things coming out. I love all the clips that Chad's playing.
And now I'm seeing so many different personalities.
We
in all
want
the
to
clips.
thank you for coming
It's
on the
good.
show. We want to thank Joe Williamson for having you introduction to us, for having you come on the show. And when some of these films come out, let us know and we'll bring you back.
Definitely.
Great. And when you come out to California, let me know and I'll interview you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we'll be in Palm Springs. So if ever you come through Palm Springs, you'll come to
We'll
the
just have her
house
come.
and we'll cook. We'll hang out. We'll just.
We're gonna set a
schmooze.
studio up there too, so we'll have you come in live
Yeah,
and sit with us.
yeah, you should be live with us.
All right, we gotta go though,
We could
everybody.
light you better. And stuff.
Thank you, Donna, so much.
Donna,
Thanks
thank you.
everybody for tuning in. Bye.
You're keeping glamour in Hollywood, and thank you so much for doing that.
Oh,
Bye.
okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. So thanks so much. Next week we got great guests. Today was a lot of fun. Sorry for the few technical difficulties, but it was still a lot of fun. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much. Chad, thank you. You're a rock star. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys. Bye bye. Hey.
I don't hear any music.